Fallout 76's next season, Rip Daring and the Cryptids from Beyond the Cosmos, begins next month in March. Bethesda just posted the season reward order, so let's take a look at what's coming. Page 1 brings us several interesting items. One, I really like the UFO fishing bobber mod. That's gonna be fun to see jumping up and down while fishing, when I fish like once a month. I do like the bloodied spacesuit. It's gonna go very well with the new Fosnock mask, the glowing skull, very Scooby-Doo. I do kind of like the silly space cow icon. I'm gonna use that a bit. Page 2 reveals our first camp title, Alien, which is a prefix. This next update will bring camp titles with a prefix-suffix system very similar to the player title system we already have. We also have the Starlight Drive-In marquee, which is a camp item. The Starlight Drive-In is a public workshop in the Burning Springs, and I believe it made an appearance in Fallout 4. I do kind of like the design of the alien ammo box. It looks like a giant dice, and while it would fit in with the obvious alien theme, this might be good in like a Brotherhood of Steel base or maybe an Enclave base as well. Speaking of bases, the alien warning signs will look great in somebody's like junkyard camp. We get two player icons on page 3, the Flatwoods monster icon and the abduction icon. I like both of these things. The Flatwoods monster is one of my favorite cryptids, and then the alien abduction thing is just silly. I can't remember the last time I saw gold bullion as part of a reward, but if it really costs 0 tickets, that's gonna be amazing. And though I don't really like the Bigfoot Stein display, I can see a lot of uses for it, like this is gonna look great in somebody's hunting lodge camp. We do have the Alien player title, which is a suffix and a prefix. I wish they'd do that with more titles, like the Contessa title, but don't get me started. It's really cool to see it as both. And then there's the Alien aid box, which has symbols that look like a cross. I think it would be much better if there were symbols that were just completely unrecognizable, like alien languages, and didn't look similar to like a health item. Page 4 brings us the Healing Arch, which is a camp item that I assume recovers your health. In Fallout 3, the Zeta add-on, there were healing arches that did heal you. When you walk through these in Fallout 76, they glow red though. And while I was just complaining about the way there was a cross on the aid stash box, I do really like the way the gear looks on the alien scrap box. It just looks very clean. We do have another camp title here, which is Retreat. This is going to be around for a while. Even when more titles get added, this will be there a lot. And then lastly, we have the player title space, which is a prefix. I'm not really feeling page 5 too much. Maybe the fur carpet is nice. It reminds me of something out of the 70s. I'm never going to use it, but it's kind of cool to see it. The Rip Daring logo neon sign would look good in somebody's like shop camp. I do kind of like that the Bigfoot title is both a prefix and a suffix. That's cool. But then we have the Survival Cache, and all I know about it is that it's a camp item. It was shown off in the announcement video. I don't know if it's a resource generator or if it's just there to look cool. Page 6 starts bringing us some fun rewards, including the Smiling Man patch icon. The Smiling Man is a real-life cryptid that often gets lumped in with Mothman. He was seen around the same time and went by the name Indrid Cold. He often gets associated with the Men in Black and just UFO things in general. We have the Ranger Obsidian paint, which is like a darker variation of the NCR Ranger outfit, and I do mess with that heavily. The Daring Devil Pip-Boy paint just looks like a Pip-Boy made out of somebody's couch, and I kinda mess with that. And then we have the player title Extraterrestrial, which is a suffix, and I feel like we'd get better combinations if it was a prefix. Now, I've seen pictures of the alien display that suggest it works a lot like the chessboard display, as in that you can display random items within it. The problem is, those items float between those two orbs that you see in the picture, meaning that you probably can't hide it as easily as you can with the chessboard display. Still a nice item to include though. Page 7 continues with some good rewards. We do find the Jersey Devil patch icon, which really reminds me of like a jack-o'-lantern. I really like the prefix RIP. That's going to be a great title to have on its own, like Rest in Peace, even though it's like Rip Daring. Another camp title, which is Bigfoot's, this time a prefix. Not really a fan, don't think we'll see it often. Then we have an item labeled the Faux-Raptor, if that's how it's pronounced. Faux-Raptor? There's no A there, I just wanted to say Raptor. Look, this item was from Fallout 4 where it gave you a perception boost. I don't know if it's going to still do that in Fallout 76, but it makes sense. It looks like an eye examination machine. And then we have the Unknown Origins Curio Cabinet, which is likely a resource generator, as we do have a curio cabinet already within the game that produces adhesive, asbestos, and ceramic. I don't know what this one's going to bring, but judging on its name, I'm gonna guess cryptid pieces? That'd be fun. Page 8 does bring some interesting items, such as the player title Guinevere's, which is a prefix. It reminds me of the old player title Zorbo's, which people usually use alongside the word plug, so I would love to see Guinevere's plug. Gonna be very disappointed if I don't see it actually. I do like the framed house kit, which you can use to make a house that looks like it's being built, and then the roof itself is like covered in tarps. It's a really good construction kit. Somebody's gonna do something fun with this. I'm looking at you, Sonic. You're gonna do something great with this. Of course I want the Mothman patch icon. They could have done something much cooler with this, like this should have got the pumpkin treatment, but I'm gonna rock it. The taxidermy beast of Berkeley would make a really good miniature, like IRL miniature, not in-game, though the taxidermy statue itself does look cool. And then we have the season name as a photo mode logo. Does anybody ever use these? Page 9 has one of my favorite rewards within the season, and that's the Alien Invasion Weather Control Station. You throw this down in your camp, and suddenly there are UFOs in the sky everywhere. Like, this thing is sick. The Interstellar Daring Power Armor paint looks like it was ripped straight out of the 50s and then combined with like old school Doom. I kinda mess with it, never gonna use it, but damn do I want it. I usually don't care about the steins giving out within seasons, but the Abduction Stein is so stylish, I'm gonna put that somewhere. We do have another prefix-suffix player title, which is Cryptid Hunter. Nice to see more hybrids. But of all the patch icons, I really don't like the Grafton Monster icon. That's just boring. Now page 10 gets very interesting with what it has to offer, and my eyes are immediately drawn to the space goggles. In one of the previous seasons we had a VR headset that turned the game black and white, so I assume the space goggles are going to do something similar. We'll see what that looks like though. The drive-in UFO sculpture is a rather large camp item. It fits in with the theme, I'll never use it myself. The Cold Shoulder Pip-Boy paint is kind of a random pull. I do like that it's included, and I'm really hoping it gives off some like frost effects. That'd be sick. One of my chase items is going to be the Rip Daring Ammo Construction Appliance because it's going to be an ammo generator. We already have an ammo construction appliance within the game, which you can purchase from Mortimer at the Crater with max reputation of Allied from the Raiders. And then we have the Film Noir Light Style. They're going to be adding light styles to photo mode with this March update, and that's really going to be good for me as I use photo mode for videos. I'm excited for that. We end with two player titles, Interstellar, which is a prefix, and then Terrestrial, which is a suffix. Don't have much to say about either one of them. The bonus page is really nice. It's probably one of the best pages within the season. First, we have the glowing cat, which is a camp pet that you can interact with. Sometimes they give you gifts, but it's like a ghoul cat. My friends really want this, and like, I'm with them on that. I want the hell out of this thing. We're getting a Pip-Boy display stand, which is really cool. I'm surprised we haven't seen any before, but damn am I gonna get this and throw Pip-Boys everywhere. I got a lot of skins to show off. I need to feel like those atoms meant something. We also have the orange tarp roof kit, which looks very similar to the blue tarps that come with the framed house construction set. My favorite icon in this season is the Guinevere in space icon. Like, the moment I get it, I'm rocking that nonstop. I really like the player title Armed, which is a prefix. It makes me wish that the Contessa title was a suffix because Armed Contessa would be a great title combination. We also have the camp title Rip Darings, which is a prefix, and I don't think we'll see this one once we get more titles. Now the main chase item in this season, for me, is the Mountain Retreat Home, which at first glance looks like the Woodland Retreat Home, though it's not exactly the same, more like an inspired by kind of situation. The back porch of the Woodland Retreat Home is rather bulky and has one set of stairs, while the back porch in the Mountain Retreat Home seems a little bit more narrow and has two stairs at either side. The Mountain Retreat Home has a second porch and a larger balcony on the third floor. Like, I really want this thing. Of course, the final page is more consumables and currencies. A lot of people suggest going for atoms, and like that is one of the things you should go for, but don't sleep on getting perk coins if you're a lower level player. Like, this is a good way to max out your legendary perk cards. That's what I did way back when, for a few of them at least. And there you go. We're not getting any new weapons, but I really like the camp items that are coming with this update. I want that Mountain Retreat Home and that weather station. What about you? What are you looking for? Like and follow for more Fallout 76 updates.